Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool wooden wall crank telephone. This is David's equipment from Wisconsin, and this is the initial checkout of this really cool wooden wall telephone. And we want to run through a little bit about what needs to be done. We're going to be doing a complete conversion with a keypad in the battery box area. Now, we also want to troubleshoot everything on this telephone. David has removed the shelf off the front door for shipping purposes and the transmitter and the transmitter neck. And so when we do our complete conversion, in the design of our conversion, we want to make the transmitter and the transmitter neck removable. So we will be adding a situation where it can simply be removed or put back onto the telephone. We want to troubleshoot our receiver capsule cord. If that turns out to be usable, that's fine. If not, we're going to replace it with a cloth cord. It looks like it might have a little bit of a folk art type situation going on. Somebody took a cloth cord and then wrapped a cord of some type around that cloth cord. We also want to troubleshoot our receiver capsule. If it turns out to have enough audio, we will use the original metal diaphragm receiver capsule. If not, we want to totally upgrade that receiver capsule on the inside. We also want to upgrade the transmit. We want to troubleshoot our solenoids for the bells, and we want to adjust our bells and tighten everything up. They are loose at this time, so all of that will be taken care of. We want to install a modular line port on the inside of this telephone. David can simply bring in any length line cord, any color he chooses, and plug right into that modular port. Makes for a simple, easy plug and play connection. We need to install a circuit that we design and build here at the shop that allows you to walk up to this telephone, crank the original magneto and ring the bells, but not backfeed any voltage into the telephone line, and yet when you get a call, your original bells will ring. We need to go into the magneto. That needs to be repaired, and at this time it's missing one of the magnet bars. We're going to be installing a keypad in the battery box area, and that way David can simply open the door and make a phone call with this telephone. We're going to try to utilize any original wiring that we can, but we're also going to need additional wiring, so that will all be designed out and installed. We want to go through the hook switch, and we want to make sure that all of the issues with this telephone is taken care of. We want to get some eyelets in the four corners of this unit. It's missing its brass eyelets when you hang the telephone, so we'll be installing those eyelets. And the transmitter is missing the spit cup, so that will be replaced. Now we're going to do some still pictures of this telephone. We have a lot of work that needs to be done. We want to start the troubleshooting, repairing, and converting process. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we'll get some more video as we move forward in the repair and conversion of this really cool wooden wall crank telephone. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this really cool wooden wall crank telephone, and we're ready to start our final checkout. Now, we also want to run through a little bit about what went on with this telephone. We were going to try to save the receiver capsule cloth cord, the one that it came in with, and that was troubleshooted, and it turned out that it was bad. So we went ahead and replaced the receiver capsule cloth cord. We were able to utilize and repair the original diaphragm style receiver capsule. We have enough audio, and we went ahead and utilized the original that it came in with. We went ahead and installed an electronic amplified transmitter for our transmit, and that has a high quality transmit power, and there will be no issue with talking on this telephone. You won't have to get right up on the spit cup like they used to in the old days. We went through the bells, the solenoids for the bells, and the magneto. There was a lot of problems with the magneto and the solenoids, and all those issues were resolved. We rewired this telephone the way we wanted it wired to work the way we want it to work, and we utilized quite a bit of the original wiring. We tried to incorporate as much original wiring as we could into the design. We installed a keypad in the battery box area, so that was all taken care of. We installed our circuit that we design and build here at the shop that allows you to walk up to this telephone, crank the original magneto, and ring the original bells, but not backfeed any voltage into the telephone line, and yet when you get a call, the original bells will ring. So basically everything has been worked on this telephone. Now what we can do is we'll go ahead and crank the magneto and ring the original bells. We're going to go ahead and use the analyzer and send a ring cycle like you were getting a call. We'll start that. We're going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time and we'll give you some dial tone. Go ahead and hang up our receiver. Now we're going to take a short break because we want to open the telephone and we want to make a phone call with this unit. But we're going to check the transmit before we do that. So we'll give you dial tone again. We want to click the hook switch so that we can take dial tone away. And if you watch this red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. And I'm pretty far back away from this telephone. And with this electronic amplified transmitter that we design and build, you will have a high quality transmit. You won't have to get right up on the spit cup to have a conversation on this telephone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. We can go ahead and hang our receiver up. Now we'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and open the unit and we'll make a phone call. We'll call a time and temp number. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and what we want to do is use the analyzer. So we're going to go ahead, give you some dial tone. We're going to dial out our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead, short the transmitter out, because we're going to use our amplifier. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll unplug the line cord. This is our amplified pickup. We use this in troubleshooting, repairing, and on our final checkouts. It's amplified so that you can hear the audio from a receiver. We got to plug our line cord in. Now we can push this button on the switch box. That gives us a line out, totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we'll go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll make that call.
Today is Saturday, August 5th. The current time, 6:32 p.m. and the temperature, 72 degrees.
We'll go ahead and hang up. Now you may hear a little bit of an electrical hum coming from the amplifier, and that's because it's an open amplifier, and any noise or static interference in the atmosphere can affect an open amplifier. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone, and we'll call my number, and it'll be busy. Go ahead and hang our receiver up. I'll go ahead and push the button on the amplifier, and you may hear that little bit of an electrical hum that we're talking about. I'll release it, press it one more time, and release it. So we'll go ahead and set that to the side. And the reason why we shorted out the transmitter is because if we were to use the amplifier pickup and give you dial tone or listen to a phone call like when we called the time and temp number, it would feed back. The telephone would feed back through the amplifier because of the high quality transmit power that it has. It would create a feedback. Now we also want to mention our connection for our transmitter, and they are located right here, and we're going to do some still pictures of that situation also, and that is so that the transmitter and the transmitter neck is removable from the telephone for shipping purposes, and if any work is ever done to this telephone. And it's a simple spade connection, and you cannot get the connection backwards. There's 2 spade connectors. They mount right on their mounts, and you cannot get the polarity reversed. It does not matter how you connect the spade connectors. Either one will go to either side. Now that we know that this really cool wooden wall crank telephone has been repaired and converted, we can return it to David and he can enjoy this telephone. I'm sure it's going to look great no matter where it's installed. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching and have a great day.